Hello, my friends. It's me, Karen Valentine. How are you all today? Has everybody recovered from our long Spooktober weekend? Boy, that was a marathon and a half. So I thought I would take a little break from Spooktober images just for a little bit and work on this picture by Karron. You guys know I'm a big fan of hers, and when I saw this image, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I knew I wanted to do it for my channel. So the only thing is, and this happens, I can't tell you how often this happens, but I decided what I was going to do. I had my plan, and then Christine posted her her version of her page, and wouldn't you know it, she's doing a backlit sun-kissed kind of beautiful image using all the colors that I kind of wanted to do. But I'm going to do it anyway because my version, will be different than hers, and I very deliberately stayed away from looking at hers so that I wasn't unduly influenced by what she did, and I could just kind of do my own thing. And so that is what we are going to do today. So we're going to use Polychromos instead of Prismacolors. So we're going to use cream and Naples Yellow for the bright light on the outer edges. And then we're going to use Terracotta, Rotel, I think that's how you pronounce that, Venetian Red, Caput Mortem, and Burnt Umber. So I think I'm just going to get started, and I haven't done this before. This is going to be the first time with me trying a hair color like this, and the first time using Polychromos, these colors of Polychromos. So hopefully it all turns out okay. Let's see, I am going to start at the top, and I'm debating on whether I should adjust the camera a little bit. Otherwise that corner of that paper is poking me right in the stomach. Let's see, I think we'll be all right. Maybe we'll be all right. I just need to be careful. Okay, let's see. Nope, you know what? I want to make sure that I do stay in frame, and I am going to be working up here. So let me make a quick little adjustment to the camera, and then we'll get going. Okay, I think that'll be better. So I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do this is so that I can put the colors down in the bottom of the screen like I usually do. Oh, because I'm not really familiar with them as well as I am with Prismas, but I guess I'll just go for it. We'll give it a shot. I'm going to start with cream, and the cream is mostly going to go, really quick back about the paper. You can use toned tan for this if you want. I talked about this paper that I use on Mrs. Grim Reaper, but if you're curious, it is I'm having a what is it? It is Desert Storm by Nina, and there is a link to it down below in the description box. It's a big pack of paper. It's like 250 sheets. And I don't know why it seems to be harder to get over in England. But over here, it's not, it's not your budget paper by any means, for sure. But if you're looking for a toned paper that is not as toothy as the Strathmore toned tan, this paper may be just what you were looking for. I know for me, this was like this was I was very, very, very grateful to have been introduced to this paper, and I love it. It's going to be hard for me to go back to coloring on white cardstock after this, because I just love the way the colors, especially on portraits, just really pop and are beautiful. So that is the paper that I am using. And I'm still using cream. I'm kind of thinking that it needs to be just on the very outside edges. I might have put, yeah, we'll see. But we're not going to be using it in here, just on the outside where the backlit light would be. And there are all kinds of beautiful photos online to show you what a backlit, you know, portrait might look like. So those are good resources. All right, now we're going to use Naples Yellow. Okay, I think I'll start there, and can always add more if I need it, I think. Alrighty. So now I'm going to use some terracotta. I'm going to use this as kind of the lightest highlight color. You might be looking at this and thinking to yourself, that's not what mine looks like when I print it. So I actually took the PDF that I got from Christine's Etsy shop, and I put it into my, see, I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm totally putting this in the wrong place. That's okay, we can go over it. I put it into my Photoshop Elements program, and I converted it to Rotel. I converted it to sepia. I figured since all the colors that I was going to be using on here would be in these browns and terracotta orangey colors, that the sepia would look really, really nice. And hopefully kind of disappear a little bit so that it felt, you know, a little more natural and not as much like a coloring page. And I am going to pull some of the other colors into the yellow just a little bit, because I don't want it to. And if I make a mistake and and go off of the hair, that's okay, because I am hoping to do some flyaway hairs that really are lit by the sun after we're finished. So I think I'm not going to worry about that too much, unless it just starts driving me crazy, and then I'm going to have to take my eraser to it. It's weird doing this without having the face done. But I thought I would change things up a little bit. So. It's interesting how slightly different I feel like I can use the Polychromos on this paper. And it's just a feel thing. It's not anything particular. Usually when I am using my Prismas, I very definitely have to do this whole like hair flicking motion kind of a thing. But for some reason I'm finding that when I'm using the polys, I can actually not do that. And I don't have a good explanation for what it is that I'm doing, unfortunately. It's just kind of a, I guess I'm filling it in with the little round circles a little bit more, maybe, than I would if I was using the Prismas. But you definitely want to still use some of these strokes too, because that's what is going to help make your hair look like hair. Did I tell you guys I'd switched to Venetian Red? Can't remember. let's do Caput Mortem. Kind of want to do this one little section so I can make sure that what I'm doing is what I want to do. I want to just see, yeah, I might add a little bit of that yellow in after I'm finished. But if I can do like one section first to kind of confirm that I'm in the right ballpark of what I want to do, that helps me. I need to switch back to Rotel. And then back to the Caput Mortem. Caput Mortem. Great name. Great color. Okay, a little bit more terracotta, I think. And I'm kind of using, I think this is working pretty well to use to blend and deepen that color. So this is the terracotta. Now I have used my blender on these polys before and it works just fine. But I'm looking and there's not a whole lot of color down in some of these areas, and so that blender, I think in this case, would not be the best choice to use. And I'm liking what this is doing, so I'll just keep going with this. I think I need some more depth, so we'll try the walnut brown. Nope, sorry, burnt umber. Not walnut brown. Burnt umber. Okay, I think I'm going to be pretty happy with this, but there's something that I'm not happy with, and I'm not sure what that is yet. I think I'm going to try some more Caput Mortem. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, I like that. It brings in a little bit more brownish red, so it's not quite so ginger. I think I like that. All right, I'm going to keep kind of working my way now, I think. So, terracotta. I might just go straight for the Venetian Red and see what that does. Rotel. It's really similar. The Rotel is really close to the terracotta. It's a little bit darker. A little more orange, I guess, and a little less yellow. So I guess I'll keep using it. Okay, now Venetian, a little more Venetian Red. Caput Mortem. Let's see, what is that right there? That looks, I'm not sure what that is supposed to be. So, my handy dandy extra printed one. Yeah, it's just twisty hair, I guess. It's nice to have a page you can refer to. That's better. And before I forget, I'm going to just put a little bit of, what is this? Naples Yellow, just for brightness. Terracotta. Okay, terracotta. Let's do some umber. What is this? Burnt umber. Burnt umber. It's always so fun to see what a difference adding the really dark tones does to the hair. It really just makes it pop, and makes it look so much more three-dimensional. Terracotta. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to like this or not, so I might wind up regretting this, but I'm curious to see what happens if I add a little bit of Prisma White in here. I don't know why, but I feel like it needed to be broken up a little bit. And I like it. Yeah. I might even come in with black. But I like how, the thing I like about this paper is that the lighter colors, for some reason, really show up, even though you're doing them on top of a dark color. And I know Prisma White is kind of known for that, but it's never worked as well as it did on this paper. So let's just see what we get if we add a little bit of black as well. Now this I want to try and keep the lines going, I think. Maybe it doesn't matter. No, I don't think it matters. But I am going to use the terracotta to blend it a little bit, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I think I'm going to keep going. I think I'm going to like it, but I'm not sure if what I'm doing is right yet. So it might take a little bit of experimenting. Or maybe it's just that her face isn't done and so it doesn't feel right either. I'm going to put a little bit more colors into these super yellow outer edges here. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Terracotta. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit, but maybe not quite as much as I was before. You know, it's funny, a lot of people say how much longer the Polychromos hold the point, and I don't find them to hold a point any better than Prismas. Now that's just me, but I don't know, I find them so similar in feel for me to my Prismas. That getting used to them was really easy. Getting used to these polys was really easy for me. Yes, there's definitely differences for sure, but what I want to learn next is how to do skin tones with my polys, because I still have not done a skin still haven't done an actual portrait of skin with the polys yet, so I need to practice on that a little bit. So I'm making, I think, kind of a little bit of an adjustment in what I'm doing, and I'm kind of putting this terracotta on everything. And I don't know why, I just want to see what the difference is when I put the other colors down. Rotel. Venetian Red. Caput Mortem. Okay. Prisma White. Got to be careful with that. It shows up so well. If you get crazy with your flicks, you're gonna, it's really gonna show. You're crazy. Okay, I think I'm happy. Really, from now on, I need to stick to doing the skin first because it's hard to tell. Terracotta. Should probably wait to add that Prisma White until the end. But I get anxious and I wanna see what's happening. All right, I'm gonna keep going. But I am debating on, I think I'm still gonna put a little bit of this cream on the really high, on the, you know, the brightest highlighted areas that I want. Because I think that was the problem, was that I wasn't having enough difference up here, and that's why I wasn't happy. So let's try this. I don't think it can be bad. Now Terracotta. Yeah, that's going to help keep that highlight quite a bit lighter than everything else, so that's good. righty. Let's move to Rotel. So tell me what you guys thought of the Premiere video format. What I loved about it was that I was still able to do my videos the way I am comfortable with, and the way that I've gotten a lot of really lovely feedback on, saying that you guys like the fact that there's not a lot of distraction in talking through, you know, intermingled in with the coloring. And I feel most comfortable doing the pre-recorded videos like this. However, having the live chat attached was really, really fun and nice. So my next, you know, kind of curiosity is, do you guys like that a lot too? And should I do those premiere kind of videos quite often, or should I go ahead and just do them for special occasions? Or should I do them like maybe once a month we do a premiere video where we can get together and do live chat? I would love to know what your thoughts are on that, because I'm good with it either way. So if you don't mind, you can leave me a little comment and tell me if you would like me to do lots of premiere videos, or maybe just a couple a month, or whatever. Because I know there are a lot of streaming channels out there where you can go and get your fix of live chat, but it is fun to do it. To do it over here every now and then, I think. So, did I say this was Venetian Red? If not, this is Venetian Red. Caput Mortem. Boy, do I see some areas that I just completely missed. It's one thing about this paper. You got to be careful if you're working in similar colors. It is really easy to just look over something because you think it's part of what you've colored already, but it is not. Just reminded me that I promised to show you guys a picture of Coop. We have a delivery coming up the aisle. I know it seems like I get deliveries all the time. I really don't. Sometimes it's stuff for my husband's shop. And this is probably just an apron that I had to order for my new my new place of work. They want everybody to be wearing the same style and color of apron while we're working on the floor, so I had to order one from Amazon. It is definitely not my my style or colors, but you know, gotta be a team player. So I'll be wearing red and black buffalo check apron through the holiday season. Hopefully after the season's over, we can switch to something else. So I am going to go get that off of the porch just to keep any temptation away from the baddies. And when I come back, I'll pull up a picture and you can see a pic of my little Cooper Dupe. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I was correct. That was my apron. And may I just say that it could not possibly be a more unflattering cut on my body. So I may have to make some alterations on that thing. That was just, ugh. Okay, so let me zoom out here a little bit and show you my little baby boy. So this is Cooper. I love this picture. And he is a Welsh Springer Spaniel, and he is now about, I think, let's see, this Thanksgiving, I think he'll be 4 or 5. Gosh, time flies, doesn't it? Anyway, that's my baby. And we love him dearly. He is definitely part of our family. So, unfortunately, he's too big to jump up here on the table and hang out with us. So, that will have to do. Alrighty, I believe I was using Caput Mortem. Alrighty, let's try some burnt umber. We want to get this in here nice and dark so that it really helps to make that braid look like it's recessed. Make it more three-dimensional that way. Caput Mortem right here. Did I grab the right one? Yeah. I think what I may wind up doing is getting the majority of the hair done. And then we're going to have to come in and do the skin. And then I will know better what I want to do for the rest of the hair. It's just, I don't know why it is that way, but sometimes I just can't tell if something's done until I get the other important parts of the page finished. Maybe a little cream there, since it's kind of close to the edge of the reflected light. I've got Rotel and Terracotta in my hands. And let's go ahead and, I'm wondering if we should have just dark in there. Let's do Rotel in here. Tell if that's hair. I think that's hair. We're going to treat it as hair. Okay, Caput Mortem. righty. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to try blending with cream. On these polys, it doesn't change the color much at all. So that's good. All right. I'm considering black. Yep. A little bit more terracotta. Once I add the background, that's going to help decide what to do next as well, I think. Just use the Caput Mortem to blend that out a little bit. So part of me is wondering if I don't have the hair dark enough in here so that the yellow and the brightness on the outside really is exaggerated. And I don't think I'm going to have an answer for that until we get further along in the page. I think I really want to get the skin and background done before I decide how much darker I want to make the hair. So we are pretty close to the finish line for today. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those pages that I could just keep tweaking constantly, because like all of this stuff, there's no point really. I mean, I can't help myself, but really there's no point in doing all this until everything else is done. Yeah, I think that that looks pretty good as to start with. And then I'll work on the skin. Oh, there we go. Then I'll work on her skin, the sunflowers. So I want to get the rest of the page done, basically, and then I'll decide if I want to come in and go deeper and darker on this part of the skin, or I mean of the hair, and then probably even brighter with some white after we get the background on the outside edges of her hair. But I think for now that's pretty good. So yeah, so that was fun. Now I have to go get back to work. It's time to stop playing and go work. And I will come back and get the next part done as soon as I can. So until then, you guys, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. As always, you know I did. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.